Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of our Football Manager Road to Glory save here with York City, the save where we take York from the Vanarama Conference North all the way to the Premier League and beyond. Today's episode is a big one, ladies and gents. We're in the Championship. I'll be taking you through all of the signings we've made in an incredible summer shortly, and of course we've got our first game in the league against Blackburn coming up for you, so a big episode. If you are new to the channel, please leave a like, would be much appreciated, and a subscribe if you're enjoying the content, would be really helpful as well. Without further ado, let's get cracking. So it has been an incredible summer, everybody. It really has. We've smashed our transfer record, 5.75 million spent. We also recouped 1.3 million. So leaving the club for us, Manuel Sutter went out to Sheffield United. He just had too many mistakes in him. He went out for 850k, which I think is really good value for somebody we got in on a free. So Sutter left there. I'm a little bit afraid that he might turn into a worldie, but you know, you take the rough with the smooth with this kind of save. Sonny Graham was kicking up too much of a fuss as well. Unfortunate for Sonny, there were just better players at the club. He left it to Millwall for 375k. Couple of loans there. Rowan McDonald could be a good player for us, but he was surplus to requirement, so he left on loan. And Medford Smith as well, going out for 78k. So what you're all really interested to see, I suppose, is the signings we made during the summer. So here we go. We got in our usual raft of like freebies, Premier League rejects. They were different this season. There weren't as many really average sort of ones, but there were some really good ones which came through. So I tried to hoover them up as I do. So we got in Lucas Meunier from Liverpool. Stats going down, unfortunately, attributes going down, but that's because it's the off season. He's a really great player. I think he's going to be a box to box player for us. He'll be cover for our new box-to-box player, who I'll show you shortly. John Joseph, I think, is going to be a tremendous player, tremendous pickup. Loads of clubs, like big clubs, were after him when he came out on a free. So you can see his stats here. The game wants him to play at left back, but I actually think he'll be better as cover in the centre, in the middle. I think he's a tremendous centre back. Look at that. So 14, 13, 12, good mentals, good physicals for him. A good player. I think John Joseph, I think he will become very good indeed. Mark Hawkins, another good pickup. He came on a free from Man United, our usual hunting ground for new gens. Really good physicals for Mark Hawkins here. And the good thing about him, the thing I really like, is he can play anywhere in the front three. So he's really useful to have coming off the bench. I think he's better than our backup strikers were last season, the likes of, you know, Viggers and Tal, etc. I think he's better than those, certainly. Jordan Talbot, I think is going to be a starter maybe for us. I think he's really good, this kid. His physicals are through the roof. They are really exceptional. Stamina, pace, acceleration, really good mentals as well. Only thing that lets him down slightly is the technical abilities of Jordan Talbot here. Where did he come from? He came from the Chelsea youth system. Romain Mundle, I think, is another incredible pickup. I really think this kid, I know we've been bringing them in all the time, these midfielders, these central midfielders, but I feel that the ones we've got now can see us through into the Premier League. So Romain Mundle will certainly be getting a lot of time rotating with our first team players, certainly coming off the bench. Jack Pugh, another pickup from Man United. I think he could be quite good as a right back. More of a defensive kind of full back, I suppose, that rather than a wing back that we play. But a decent little pickup. Very small wages really wanted, and he's already wanted by Bromley on loan. Bob Norman came in from Oxford. I think we actually paid money for Bob. Yes, we did. 76k was his fee. I think that was like a compensation more than anything. Good player. I think Canadian player. Good player. I don't think he'll get in the first team, but we can sell him for profit, as and when the time comes next season or the season after. So now we're getting into the meat and potatoes of it. Matthew Walsh is a pickup. Matthew Walsh actually quite interesting. He came from he was our player. We picked him up and then we sold him on at a mega profit to Leeds for 125k a couple of seasons ago. Leeds let him go on a free, so we picked him up again as our third choice backup keeper. Gary Ross came back in on loan. Delighted to have Gary's services back again. I think he could be a tremendous acquisition for us. He will have competition this time round for his spot, but really, really glad to have Gary Ross back. He is an England under-21 international. I think he could be really good in the Championship. Moving on, we got Reece Devine back in again. You can see a familiar theme. I tried to go back in for most of the players who were on loan if I couldn't buy them in. Only player we missed out on was Matheson. I think we just couldn't get him. But acceleration, Reece Devine, he's just a brilliant left back. Unfortunately, that does mean poor old Leif Davis might be a bit annoyed, but he's just going to have to live with it or get sold, I suppose. Terry Wallace was really, really interesting. I was having a look around in I think he was Italian leagues, wasn't he? Where are this team? They are at Slovakia, so he must have come up on my scout reports. Basically, all the Italian clubs like Milan, Napoli, Roma were after this guy. I think Milan themselves made a 250k bid for him. So as soon as I saw that, that little wanted sign that you see, I just thought, well, we might as well. I mean, 250k is quite a lot of money for us right now, but in the grand scheme of things, it won't be that much, in the future for us. Already worth 425. He is an absolute punt, but I think he's going to be a really good punt at that, a punt to nothing. 3-star current ability, 5-star potential, quite good physicals, decent mentals, just a well-rounded striker, I think. Another one of these who can play anywhere in the front. He is going to offer just competition, I think, for Ross there up top. Who else have we got in? Tom Nicholson, again, another one of these strikers. I felt that striker and defenders were really our priority. I don't think we quite nailed our defence there. But we will see. I'm trying to keep hold of some of our defenders too. I decided to keep hold of Wiggett because he's our captain and quite important, I think, to us. So I decided to keep hold of him. So here's Tom Nicholson. I think he's all right. He'll be a developmental type player. I am absolutely thrilled to bits to announce Teddy Jenks has returned to the club on a permanent. Brighton was so stubborn about letting me have him. I think they hate me now, Brighton do. But we signed him 4.6 million. It was instalments mostly. I think 2.2 up front it was. But I am so chuffed to bring in Teddy Jenks. I think he's going to be a real mainstay for us. Lewis Macy came in on loan. I'd love to bring this guy in on a permanent. He's going to be our starter right back for the season. Lewis Macy there from the Spurs under 21. Spurs are starting to produce some really great youngsters, so I'm keeping an eye out on their under 21s. And then Kenny Berry, we decided to pull the trigger, bring Kenny in. He was unhappy at Brighton. He actually kicked up a fuss and got put on the transfer list there at Brighton after I pursued him. So I moved in, swooped in 750k for Kenny Berry. So all in all, I am really pleased about the summer transfer business we've done so far. So just looking at our squad depth here, you can see what's likely going to be the starting 11 for us. Gary Ross up front, Matt West, Marcel Lewis in shadow striker, going to rotate him with Dale Mills. Kane sticking around. I decided I wouldn't want to lose him. He's just too versatile to play in the box-to-box or deep-lying playmaker role, so we're keeping hold of him for another season. Bennett or Berry over on the right, likely start with either of those. Bennett's got a little bit of a knock at the moment. Boxall going to be our deep-lying playmaker, or I think Mundle is likely. Let's just have a look at that. Yeah, Boxall or Mundle I think is going to play there. Richard Scott came back in on loan. He might be from his loan. He might be in with a shout. He's a good player of ours. Scott came through our youth ranks in one of the early intakes. Box to box, we have got, of course, Teddy, Jenks, Vieira, or Munier is going to play there. So lots of cover. Or, of course, as I say, Kane can play there too. Over on the left, very strong again, Reece Devine or Leif Davis. Right centre back is going to be Charlie Wiggett or Lee Dunn. Left centre back is going to be Luca Ercolani. We got loads of options here at left centre back. Talbot, Chambers can play there. John Joseph, of course, as I said earlier. So that's looking really, really handy indeed. It's a bit of a concern though. I mean, I would like to strengthen, but we just didn't have the funds to strengthen all areas. Macy at right back or Alric Brown is going to play there. Going to try and I suppose we could try and play Egan Riley there, but I think his days are numbered. And then in nets, we're going to go with Kieran Slicker, Fred Robinson. Interestingly for Fred, his stats are improving all of the time. You can see. I think he actually could be a very good keeper indeed. He got a couple of £1 million bids from the likes of Leeds, that kind of ilk of team, but we decided to keep hold of him, keep hold of our assets for the time being. So like I say, I'm absolutely delighted with what we've done here so far. I'm looking maybe to bring in another centre back on loan, but last time round, if you remember last year, we had too many loans. I think if you do more than 5, it can get a bit too tricky. So that is the summer transfer business done and dusted there. I hope you think I did all right. I think I did okay as well. We're going to move on now because I don't want this video to go on too long. We're going to move on to the Blackburn game in the league, our first game in the league. Looking forward to that one. I will see you at the day of the game. Okay everyone, so here we are at the day of the game itself here. You can see our team, our starting 11 here. So we're going with Ross up top, West over on the left, Lewis in shadow striker, Berry on the right. Kane gets the nod as the deep-lying playmaker alongside Jenks. Devine at left back. Talbot is going to play left centre. I think he could be very good. We'll see how he goes. Very strong on his left foot. Few holes in his game, so that's something we'll have to watch out for. Wiggett at right centre back, and then Macy over on the right with Slicker in net. So York versus Blackburn, it's probably one of the biggest games we've had this so far this season. It's going to be exceptionally tough for us. Let's see how this side can cope with it. Okay everyone, let's get to the dressing room and give the team talk here. I'm a little bit nervous about our defence and our goalie, but I think we'll be okay. I mean, our form last season was patchy, certainly, but we were clearly better than any other team in that league. So there's no reason we shouldn't at least be a sort of above the relegation, mid-table team. I just want to survive. This season is my only aim, and then we can continue to do our good work with building the squad up. Lewis in shadow striker plays it to Macy. Macy on his debut at right back, tries to cross, gets blocked out. Jenks at box to box, first full team debut. Wiggett messes up again, and Armstrong Slicker bails Wiggett out there. Wiggett. You are going to annoy me if you keep doing that this season. You're going to be out of the squad and probably sold as well. Kane tries to take it off his man. West, remember how tremendous he was for us last season. Ross strikes at goal, but saved by their goalie. So good start here for York. Good start here for York in the York versus Blackburn game. Toolbot to Divine. Divine tackled. Schürrle, goodness me. Armstrong. The state of some of these teams in the championship here. I mean, wow, just wow. They are like literally that next level. I think here, I know I've said it every single season, but I think here at this stage this is where we plateau off. This is where we need to start making money. This is where we need to start churning through the Premier League youngsters, really, to get the club up to scratch. I think we're playing catch up basically with everyone in this division. Ross through to West. West scores first goal of the season for York. That is brilliant from York here. Absolutely delighted with that. Let's have a look at this again. So O'Hara tries with the goal kick. Macy does well there. Picks out Ross. Ross with a flick ball through, and West smashing it into the back of the net. That is absolutely delightful stuff. We are recording, yes we are. That is superb news. Can we hold on now till half time? Oh, I just hope Wiggett doesn't make another mistake here. If he does, he's definitely not. Oh, West picks up again. Look at that from West. He's really up for it this game. Oh, almost finds the bottom right hand side corner there. We're a little bit fast, I think, at the moment. Let's just slow this down a jot. I was playing some of the friendly matches earlier. So let's skip that. Play that. Yeah, we're playing now. Yeah, so like I say, I mean, let me know what you think about my summer dealings in the comments below. Jenks picking up the ball there. West. Holtby. Wow, this Blackburn side. Goodness me. I mean, these teams around us are going to be... Look at it. So we've got Sunderland, Southampton, Leeds, Middlesbrough, Nottingham Forest, even the likes of Millwall and Reading and QPR. You know, what we would see traditionally as the weaker teams are so much stronger than we are. So we're going to have to do really, really well, I think, to stay up in this league. But we're off to a good start so far against Blackburn here. 1-0 to York. Can we see it out till half time? Excellent, excellent stuff here. So let's take a look and see what we'll do. I think we're going to leave it as is. Let's just have a look at some of the players' fitness and ratings. Yeah, we'll leave it as it is, I think. Jenks is on a yellow, Divine's on a yellow, but that's all right. They spent most of last season with cards too. Lewis plays it back to Wiggett. Wiggett to Toolbot. Nice and composed from Toolbot there. Over to Ross. Ross through. Ross scores on his first game return to the club. That is brilliant. Brilliant stuff. I am absolutely delighted with that, everybody. So, York 2, Blackburn 0. In our first game in the Championship. Pretty direct this goal was, but I've got no issues there. If we score every single goal like that, I won't have a problem with it in this league at all. So 49th minute. Let's wait till the 69th, I think, before we make any changes. A couple of players I'd like to see how they do. So this season it's going to be so exciting. I think I don't think it's at all possible that we can push for promotion again. Although I've said that sort of almost every season, I think, since we went up from the Vanarama. But this is delightful stuff from York. Lewis with a corner kick. Plays it into Wiggett. Yeah, there were lots of players available, as usual, on frees. But I just felt that they won, that much better than what we already had in. And I felt that they wouldn't really add anything, to the squad. Let's try Wallace here as advanced forward on his debut. We're going to play Mundle for Kane, and we'll leave it. I think we're gonna bring Leif Davis on. Davis is one we're going to have to watch out for. He was complaining last season about lack of game time, if you remember. I think he was just a bit upset that. Oh dear, there's a goal there, Vale. Oh, offside, brilliant stuff. I think he was just a bit upset that Divine came in and played over the top of him. But you're going to have that throughout the leagues. You're going to have that. Slicker Plays it to Wiggett on a yellow. Talbot plays it out to West. Oh, we are looking really good here. Mundle. I think Mundle could be tremendous player. You know, when you get a sense that a player could be good, I got the same sense about Joseph. West. Back to Mundle. Brilliant. Over to Wallace. Oh, Wallace. Superb play from Wallace. Terry Wallace with his first goal. Now, he is somebody who could really, really, really be incredible for us. If he can pick up and score 15, 20 goals, if we can rotate him and Ross, that is going to be exciting times this season. And he's a permanent player. He's our own player as well. Don't forget we've got Hawkins as well from Man United who can come in too. So up front we are looking so much stronger than before. Even though it doesn't look quite like we are, we really are looking in much better shape than we have been. So the clock winds down here. York 3, Blackburn 0, and there. Oh, free kick to Blackburn. Maybe I spoke too soon. No, tipped over the bar. Was that? No, it was just over the bar from the free kick. So there we have it. York 3, Blackburn 0. Delighted with that one, everybody. So looking at the games here, they are absolutely bonkers, our games coming up here. Just this league, man, this league is going to be absolutely incredible for us, I think. So we've got Nottingham Forest, Leeds and Sheffield Wednesday coming up in the... Sheffield Wednesday is in the Carabao Cup there. So let's have a look. We'll do our usual month, I think, of games off camera. We'll come back to you for the Sheffield Wednesday game in the league and Cardiff. For those two games, I think we'll come back to you. So there we have it, everybody. An excellent start to the season. Really good. That's 3-0 victory over Blackburn in the league. Is it just because we're all positive and bouncy from coming up as champions from League One? We will see. I mean, I'd like to think we're at least mid-table. Maybe we can do a promotion push. Who knows? If you have enjoyed that episode, please leave a like down below. I've adjusted my sub target for this month to 75 subs. So if you are new, please hit the sub target, the sub button down below there. I hope you enjoyed that episode and have a lovely rest of your day, everybody. See you next episode.